So my tow vehicle has finally crossed about 195,000 miles. I actually don't remember the last time the transfer fluid was changed, so I'm going to tackle that today. Over the years, Ford has changed which fluid is approved for transfer case use. As of November 2020, Mercon LV has been approved for all of their transfer cases. This is a pretty simple job and you will only need a handful of tools. Depending on your vehicle, you will need a few quarts of Mercon LV. My buddy's F150 took 2.5 quarts, and I believe my truck takes about 3.5 maybe. You'll also want to pick up a cheap fluid transfer pump. If you buy it at the parts store, you will likely pay way more than it is actually worth. With a little planning, you can swoop one for a few bucks. Grab your 3/8 ratchet and extension. If you have a Super Duty, you will also want to grab a 10mm Allen. The first thing you'll want to do is locate the fill plug and the drain plug. Also pay attention to the cross brace below the transfer case. It's pretty easy to remove with a few bolts, but my coolant filter uses the mounting bolts to secure itself, and I don't really want to take that off. So I will be leaving my skid plate in place. I actually remembered changing the oil on my buddy's F150, and he had mentioned they have a few holes in these plates where the oil channels down and drains out of a hole. I noticed that there were 2 holes on this skid plate and assumed that the fluid from the transfer case would just follow these channels and drain out in a neat and orderly fashion. Turns out that's not actually the case, and I was lied to. More on that later. Alright, now that we know where everything is, let's start by breaking loose the fill plug and then the drain plug. But don't remove them just yet. If you've previously removed the skid plate, your fluid should just drain directly below into a catch pan. However, if you left your skid plate in place like I did, the fluid is likely going to splash everywhere. The easy solution to this was to use 2 catch pans. Once all of the fluid has drained itself out of the transfer case, reinsert and torque down your drain plug. Pay attention to the torque value for the drain plug because you can easily crack the transfer case. Now all you have to do is refill your transfer case with fluid. Continue to fill the transfer case until fluid starts to drip out of the fill hole. Once the fill hole stops dripping fluid, replace the fill plug. Replace and torque the fill plug, again being careful not to destroy your transfer case. clean up your work area, and optionally mark your plugs. Congrats, you saved yourself $150. Until next time.